Something we're not certain about, or we're not uncertain about, is some push-ups that I got to be doing here pretty soon. So,
Yes.
Now that you
Tim-
can't go to the gym.
well, I've got equipment here. Yeah, I can't be without a barbell.
Ben
wherever I'm at.
Swollen's his entire bedroom is a
right.
weightlifting set.
Yeah, that's right. Tesla Model Ys have officially begun being delivered to customers, not just to employees. And Timothy Dodd was correct in his prediction. Benjamin Sullins was incorrect in his assumptions. So the 100 push-up bet is on. Man, I cannot wait for this white one. I got an update yesterday on the website. I filled out all my info, so I should be getting mine soon, hopefully. And those, I'm not getting those wheels, though. I'm getting the upgraded wheels. So this thing is just gorgeous. So they're there. You guys, if you're not, been hiding out, doing some stuff, not been on the interwebs, afraid to catch any kind of events coming your way, I, along with a few others, have posted some first impressions videos. I think I was the first one. I was able to see one of the very first cars being delivered here in San Diego, which I got confirmation was the first delivery of Model Y. So
Cool.
Wow.
I don't know why
That's
it's
cool.
so shaky on the screen here. It's just
So
streaming it.
I think you spoke to this later, but this shot right here at the beginning on the other side of the car, it almost looks
Yeah.
like it's got the chrome,
Uh-huh.
but
It
it's
doesn't-
it's
oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's got a cover on it, right? It's like white.
When
Yeah,
it's
so-
shipping, yeah.
Excuse me. Don't worry, just because I'm coughing, you guys won't get anything.
He's got kids. He's gonna be coughing.
Yeah, pause right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and yeah, that's about this whole event going on right now. It's a funny thing. Like, if you have kids, I feel like I've been sick for 5 years straight. I don't know what not coughing or having
Right.
symptoms is, so who even knows what's going on anymore? Okay, so quick side note about how I got to film all this. This was actually before the guy got it, before it was delivered to him. And then later, he, was like, yeah, like we can walk around the car and have fun, but I don't want you filming with me or anything like that. So that's why the footage wasn't me in the car, wasn't him, any of that. So this was filmed just prior to that, and it had the tape still on it, which was from the which is what they ship it with. So that's why it looks like it's chrome on that side. It's actually just this white tape. And I did post that in the second video I posted, which was a Q&A one. I showed, us ripping it off a little bit so you could see. So, but that got certainly up the comment count. That little little clip there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So-
that chrome delete is it's a unique thing to this car that's very different from the others, and it's cool looking.
You like it?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, so that's why when I first saw that, I was like, no, wait a second, did I see that right? But you're right. You responded to it in the second video. So
Well,
I
yeah.
mean,
Do they not
people
offer?
don't.
They don't offer in any other car yet, right? Not even the X or the S yet.
A chrome delete thing?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, what about the new Model 3? Because they offered black rims and stuff now.
Now, as of when?
Like as of last month or so,
Huh?
or
Interesting.
maybe 2 months. They offer these really nice
the
black
sport
rims.
ones, yeah. So the one I'm ordering here is this white one and you can see it's blacked out already. Now, what do you call it though? Since it's not, it's not a chrome delete because it wasn't chrome.
No, because there's no chrome. I had to say blacked out or I don't know.
And so
I'd
this
still call
is
it chrome
this
delete.
is the configuration we're going with here. So you've got these black 20-inch induction wheels, which I think look pretty
that's
clean.
the Stormtrooper car.
Yeah, that's right. And man, this thing is special. It is really cool. The only knock I have against this car right now is the price, really. That's the only thing. It's still, and that's because it's still just these two ones, the long range and the all-wheel drive long range and the performance. So, they announced in the video at the unveiling that there will be a rear-wheel drive long-range version and a standard version of this as well. So the standard range, I believe, was 39,000 out the door, and you're seeing the price here with the savings. So 39,000, I believe it was, for the standard range, and what was it, 45 maybe for the long range rear wheel drive. So, right now this is still a very expensive car, I would say.
So
but
what
other than
are
that,
the
it's
potential
fantastic.
savings that it's talking about there? Is that gas savings or?
Yeah.
Yeah, cost. Yeah, it's gas
And
savings.
incentives.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't know what this minus $2,000 incentives are.
State maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it
It'd
could
be-
depend.
That'd be hard to guess though, because
Yeah.
those things change. And then a lot of them, like in California, for example, they kind of changed it differently. Where you used to be, you got a $2,500 state rebate, and they actually would send you a check. Like I got that from my Model 3. But now they have it to where you either get, so first off, if you make too much money, you don't get jack. And then, which I think is lame. But now it's either, so let's assume you don't make 500 grand or more a year. It's you either get the clean air vehicle HOV lane access. So in California, you get these stickers you can put on your car, which other than being hideous, they allow you to drive in the HOV lane with only a single person in there. And that's great, especially if you drive in LA a lot. Like that is literally a game changer, like hours of time saved every day if you're living in LA. So, but you can either get that or the $2,500 rebate. You don't get both. Yeah, so that was a change I saw recently, and who knows, they may change it again soon. But then, there's income restrictions and all that. So for Tesla to put anything but gas savings on there, I think is kind of presumptuous, bold. I don't know what the right.
Yeah, I
like,
agree. Yeah, whenever I see
not
those, I'm kind of
correct.
like it definitely needs that asterisk, doesn't it?
Yeah, like low chance of being accurate. I don't know how do you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something from your video that stood out to me and was kind of surprising / shocking was that it's almost the same size as the Model X. Like you had it parked right next to it, and it's like really close to the same size. I was going, that shocked me.
Yeah, it's super close to the same size. Yeah, and it feels much bigger inside than the Model 3, according to the Electrek stuff, because they posted the manual for it online, and so and it had all the dimensions. They said it was 1.7 inches more headroom in the back and 0.7 more inches in the front than the Model 3, but I don't know, maybe just because you're sitting up high or whatever, it feels quite a bit bigger than that. It definitely doesn't feel like the Model X in terms of the size on the inside, but that's probably just because the Model X has that giant monorail windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
does it have
I found
the same? Sorry.
Go ahead. I was gonna say I found a defect about the monorail windshield that just adds to my frustration with the Model X. What happens if you were trying to look through a piece of glass and that piece of glass bends?
Refracts.
Yeah.
It changes the light a little bit, right? So at night, driving in a Model X, because of that giant windshield, when certain lights, like a tail light specifically, have like this double vision thing happening. Yeah, and I don't know, Tim, you borrowed one for a while.
But that happens actually with a lot of cars. I think that's a factor of the windshield with different panes, different layers. I don't think it has to do, because that curve would have to be like the focal point. So you'd have to be like way back, like I don't think it has to do with that giant curve.
It might have been because you were drunk.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah.
And you were on that.
You got to rule that out.
Yeah.
So anyways,
But I have a question. So I think you alluded to in that video that you were like, this almost brings into question, like it's really almost a Model X, like a simplified Model X. And it made me realize, like, maybe if the margins are way better on this and they can sell way more, what's the point of making a Model X anymore?
Yeah. I mean, in the video, I said that. I said that I wouldn't be shocked if they just end of life the Model X. They just stop making it. Because not only does Tesla factor in the cost of the production of the vehicle, but the maintenance on those are, 10x what they are in a Model S and Model 3. Like if you go to a service center and you get to know the guys, they will all tell you they hate that car. Just because it's in there all the time. They've got all the, you know what I mean?
There's way more moving parts.
And it seems dumb, right? But like, if I paid $150,000 for a car with these dope doors and they squeak, I'm taking it in. And if you fix it and then a year later they squeak again, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the cost of a house in a lot of parts of this country.
Of course.
And it's just so, like if I buy a Ferrari and there's even anything remotely wrong with it, hell yeah, I'm taking it back and you're fixing it. because you know what I mean. You're setting the bar, the standard so incredibly high that it's just it's set up to fail.
My dad does that with his Honda Odyssey. Like if he hears a squeak, he's taking it in. You know, he's like, man, it's rattling in the back. Like I don't remember how many times when I was little we'd have like a rental car because my dad took the van into the shop to fix a rattle.
Yeah,
I mean it's understandable, like especially at $150,000.
Now, I do think there's something to be said about the other aspects of that the Model X has in terms of like just the interior with the different screens and the different layout, kind of
and the flagshipness of it.
Yeah, like I think that they could make a more flagship SUV, but I would probably just end of life this one, put that as earmark that as like an interesting vehicle in history, that we'll see in collectors' showrooms 20 years from now, and make I think they should just make a really like an actual SUV,
more like the Rivian.
Yeah, I was gonna say the R1S from Rivian. That thing looks, man, that is killer. Like that thing, I love that. To me is like, oh, an actual electric SUV. There you go. Yeah. Like, and Tesla would kill it if they decided to do such a thing.
Make a full size, proper 7 seats, big ol' 7 or 8 seater.
Square off the Cybertruck. Yep. Boom, done.
Seriously. Well, I think Cybertruck is going to be their new poster child as far as like the wow weird factor, because that's what the Model X I think was like just kind of like throwing in something out into the public, being like, look at this crazy door thing, trying to really gain attention for the company. Now I think Cybertruck's done and will be doing that enough that they can kind of keep changing their lineups. The X, I'll bet they'll phase it out by the time Cybertruck comes out.
I think the Model S needs a refresh, and the Model S, I think that is definitely a fantastic vehicle that does have a place out there. I think the Model 3 is also incredible, and for many more people will always be the better choice over a Model S. And then the Model Y right now is, in my mind, 100% a better choice than a Model X. Like if you're looking for one of these. Now, the only thing it's lacking is that 7-seat option. However, you can buy a used Model S with rear-facing jump seats for kids if you need it. Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, getting 7 adults in the Model X is not an easy task either. So it's a thing where Tesla really doesn't have like a legit SUV. Rivian is the only one that are making ones that I think are
full-size SUV, because SUV definition varies a lot.
Well, okay, yeah. My understanding of a traditional definition there was it's basically an enclosed hatch built on a truck chassis. Like
a Suburban.
Like the Model X is definitely not that. So anyways, I could definitely see that. So I think right now, like if you're looking Model X or Model Y, I would 100% go Model Y. The only time you wouldn't be able to do that, is if you have a family of 6 or 7 people. In which case you can just wait for the 7-seater and who knows, or get 2 cars.
Right. Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this clip from our podcast.
We do a weekly show here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, where we discuss all the things that are going to make our future totally ludicrous.
You can join us here on YouTube or at any of your favorite podcast places. Plus, if you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and join a cool community, you can help support the channel at patreon.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.